Hello students, how are you? I hope you all are fine and enjoying your studies. So students, today we will start class 6th, chapter number 4, maps. So students, first we define map. A map is a representation or a drawing of the earth's surface or a part of it drawn on a flat surface according to scale. Students, in this chapter, we will discuss classification of maps. We compare with map, with globe, sketch and plan. After that, we will discuss elements of maps, or we say essential or components of map, which are very essential for map making. Students, now we will start our chapter. Let's start. So student, first we compare map and globe. When we want to study only a part of the earth as about our country, states, districts, towns and village, in such a situation we use map. A globe can be useful when we want to study the earth as a whole. Globe provides little information than a map. Map shows a small area and a few facts. So students, classification of maps on the basis of function and on the basis of scale. Here we discuss on the basis of function. The first is physical map. Maps showing natural features of the earth such as mountains, plateaus, plains, rivers, oceans are called physical or relief maps. Second is political maps. Maps showing cities, towns and villages and different countries and states of the world with their boundaries are called political maps. Third is thematic maps. Some maps focus on specific informations such as road maps, rainfall maps, maps showing distribution of forests, industries, etc. are known as thematic maps. There are three components of map. First is distance, second is direction and third is symbol. So student, here we discuss distance. Maps are drawing which reduce the entire world or a part of it to fit on a sheet of paper, or we can say maps are drawn to reduced scales. But this reduction is done very carefully so that the distance between the places is real. It can only be possible when a small distance on paper represents a large distance on the ground. Therefore, a scale is chosen for this purpose. Scale. Scale is the ratio between the actual distance on the ground and the distance shown on the map. For example, the distance between your school and your home is 10 km. If you show this 10 km distance by 2 cm on a map, it means 1 cm on the map will show 5 km on the ground. The scale of your drawing will be 1 cm is equal to 5 km. Thus, scale is very important in any map. So student, here we discuss classification of maps on the basis of scale. Maps may be classified into large scale and small scale. When large areas like continents or countries are to be shown on a paper, then we use a small scale. For example, 5 cm on the map shows 500 km of the ground. It is called a small scale map. Large scale. Large scale maps are further divided into the following types: cadastral maps and topographical maps. Cadastral maps are drawn to show the ownership of landed property by demarcating field boundaries of agricultural land and the plan of individual houses in urban areas. These maps are prepared by the government agencies to realize revenue and taxes along with keeping a record of ownership. And topographical maps, these maps are based on precise surveys. These maps follow uniform colors and symbols to show topographical details such as relief, drainage, location of school, post office, settlements, etc. Now, our next component is direction. Most maps contain an arrow marked with the letter N at the upper right hand corner. This arrow shows the north direction. It is called the north line. When you know the north, you can find out other directions. For example, east, west and south. There are four major directions: north, south, east and west. Figure 4.2, they are called cardinal points. Other four intermediate directions are northeast, southeast, southwest, northwest. We can locate any place more accurately with the help of these intermediate directions. So students, find out the following directions from the figure 4.1. The direction of the community center. The playground from Vikas House. So, you see here, this is Vikas House and this is community center. Vikas House is in south direction and community center is in north direction. Second, the direction of school from shops. The school is in east direction and shop is west direction. So student, I hope you will understand the cardinal points and our intermediate directions. We can find out the direction of a place with the help of compass. Compass is an instrument used to find out main directions. Its magnetic needle always points toward north, south directions. See figure 4.2b. Next component is symbols. It is the third important component of a map. It is not possible to draw on a map the actual shape and size of different features such as buildings, roads, bridges, trees, railway lines or a well. So they are shown by using certain letters, shades, colors, pictures and lines. These symbols give a lot of information in a limited space. With the use of these symbols, maps can be drawn easily and are simple to read. Maps have a universal language that can be understood by all. This is an international agreement regarding the use of these symbols. These are called conventional symbols. Some of the conventional symbols are shown in figure 4.3. So students, see figure 4.3. Here we see railway line, broad gauge, meter gauge, railway station. Next, roads, metalled roads and unmetalled roads. In metalled roads, we see here straight line, and in unmetalled roads, we see here cut lines. Next is boundary, international, state, district. Now river, well, tank, canal, bridge. Next, temple, church, mosque, chhatri. Next, post office, post and telegraph office, police station. Next, settlement, graveyard, trees, grass. So student, you see here some symbols. Various colors are used for the same purpose. For example, generally blue is used for showing water bodies, brown for mountain, yellow for plateau and green is used for plains. So student, our next subtopic is sketch. A sketch is a drawing mainly based on memory and spot observation and not to scale. Sometimes a rough drawing is required of an area to tell where a particular place is located with respect to other places. Suppose you want to go to your friend's house but you don't know the way. Your friend may make a rough drawing to show the way to his house. Such a rough drawing is drawn without scale and is called a sketch map. Next, plan. A plan is a drawing of a small area on a large scale. A large scale map gives a lot of information, but there are certain things which we may sometimes want to know, for example, the length and the breadth of a room, which can't be shown in a map. At that time, we can refer drawing drawn to scale called a plan. So student, here we discuss difference between map and plan. Map, we can study a part or the whole earth. In plan, a plan is a detailed drawing of a small area, for example, plan of a room. Map contains a lot of information like distance, symbols and directions. A plan gives only specific information like the length and the breadth of a room. A map sometimes may not be drawn according to the actual size. A plan is always drawn according to the scale, considering the actual length and the breadth of an area. So students, now we start our question answers. First, we do fill-ups. A compass is used to find the main dash. Answer is directions. Next, maps are more useful than a dash. Answer is globe. Next, maps showing distribution of forests are dash. Answer is thematic map. Next, a scale is necessary for a dash. Answer is map. So students, now we will discuss true false. First, direction is not a component of map. It's false. Next, political maps show distribution of forest. It's false. Next, a physical map shows natural features of the earth. It's true. So student, now we will discuss our question answers. Students, which color is used for showing mountains? Answer is brown. Students, what is north line? Answer, maps contain an arrow marked with the letter N at the upper right hand corner. This arrow shows the north direction. It is called the north line. Student, what is the difference between an atlas and a map? A map is a representation or a drawing of the Earth's surface or a part of it drawn on a flat surface according to scale. An atlas is a book of maps. Next, how are maps more useful than a globe? Answer is, maps show detailed and specific information like thematic maps. Globes comparatively give less information. Number 2, Maps can be drawn according to the need, like large-scale maps and small-scale maps. Globes cannot be drawn according to a specific purpose, and the whole earth is shown at one time. So students, now we will do match. Match the following. Column A, model of the earth, south, magnetic compass, rough drawing, signs and character. Column B, north-south directions, sketch, symbols, cardinal directions, globe. So student, now we match model of the earth. Match with globe. South, match with cardinal directions. Magnetic compass, match with north-south directions. Rough drawing, sketch. Signs and characters, match with symbols. So students, write the important components of the map. Above answer, first is ideal, distance, ideal. Next, weather, direction, and third is symbols. So student, 23, you tell the color used for the following. Easterlies, water bodies, blue, convectional, mountain forms, brown, and plateau, yellow, and for plains, green. Very good students. Students, what are the intermediate directions? Answer is northeast, southeast, southwest, northwest. So students, when should we use a globe? Answer is when we want to see the entire earth at one time. Student, draw the symbols of the following. You try in your notebook. Tree symbol, here is the answer. Church symbol, here is the answer. Temple, here is the answer. And railway line, here is the answer. So student, I hope you understand all the concept related to maps and keep watching us. Stay safe, stay healthy. Thank you.